Hey everybody, just waiting for a couple more people to trickle in. I am finishing my salad. I did not realize this was going to drop so soon. And I don't think I'm going to have a chance to react or do any other streams for a little bit because I have been so ridiculously busy. I just literally just got back from dealing with bank stuff for a loan and my cat, who, I've been talking about, she's been having some health issues, and so we got a quote and an estimate and an appointment scheduled, and it's going to be like $1,500 to get her teeth fixed. I swear to God, oh my God, I'm going to be so mad if this cat dies before like the age of 20. Anyway, I have a delicious guacamole chipotle salad that I added some colorful peppers and mushrooms and peppered salami into with guacamole. It's very good. And so I'm just gonna finish eating real quick and turn the mic off so it doesn't pick up. Volcano. I think it's probably worse than that. I am just now hearing about, well, not just now hearing about this, but for those who don't remember, Mark Robinson was actually at CPAC. I got to see him speak. So this is a additionally, very funny story for me to watch develop. Mephisto, thank you for following. Yeah, I don't know if anybody heard that, but that's my cat sneezing. She got really stressed out going to the dentist. You okay, baby? The dog is checking on her. Like, lady walks up to her with her tail wagging and her head down, just like, are you okay? Are you okay? It's really adorable. Like, most of the time, why did that happen? Okay. Oh, nope, dog. Ow, lady. Okay, lady wants to be on camera, apparently. Hey, baby. Hey, baby dog, what are you doing? You silly baby. Most of the time, the dog and the cat kind of act like they hate each other, except when like one of them has been gone for a long time, and then the other one will come over and like groom them. Like Miss will like lady will walk over and Miss will like actually like give her kisses sometimes. It's so adorable. Swain402, thank you for 11 months. Yeah, so for those who don't know, Mark Robinson, running for North Carolina governor. Longtime Trump sycophant and absolute freak. So let me actually see before we go. There's one other story. Yeah. Anti-LGBTQ comments. Any of that filth said in regards to homosexuality. Children should be taught about concepts of transgenderism and exposed to sexually explicit material in the classroom is abhorrent. He's been serving as North Carolina's lieutenant governor since 2021. Imperfect Rebus, thank you for tier 1 for 5 months. I don't know. Multi-stream, I don't know why YouTube is not working again. Aw, Imperfect Raven, 19.5-year-old cat. Miss is only almost 10, so fingers crossed this, fingers crossed the medical care will help her live a nice long life. All right. But let's get to the main event here, because for the last couple hours on social media, if you're in political spaces, you've probably seen this coming out. That, by all accounts, appears like it will, from what other people have said. I have not read. This is my first impression. I wanted to really share this moment with you, because we were just talking about the other day how the Trump campaign can't seem to not keep fucking up. And this is just another example of how, like, even the adjacent movements and adjacent campaigns, like, are just embarrassing the right wing at this moment. And entirely unforced errors, by the way. Like, these are completely their fault. Mark Robinson, the controversial and socially conservative Republican nominee for governor of North Carolina. Dog, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you being a butt? What are you doing? She's just sniffing around. Dog says, I want to be on camera. Okay, okay. Fine. You are such a little attention whore. I'd say it's a bad thing that she's an attention whore, but I know it's genetic. Hello, Monkish Life. Mark Robinson, controversial, socially conservative Republican nominee, made a series of inflammatory comments on a pornography website's message board. So it's not even a forum. Like some people were saying forum. It's a porn forum more than a decade ago, in which he referred to himself as a black Nazi and expressed support for reinstating slavery, a CNN K-file investigation found. Despite a recent history of anti-transgender rhetoric, Robin said he enjoyed watching transgender pornography, a review of archived messages found in which he also referred to himself as a perv. Many such cases. Many such cases. The comments, which Robinson denies making, predate his entry into politics and current stint as North Carolina's lieutenant governor. They were made under a username that CNN was able to identify as Robinson by attaching a litany of biographical details and a shared email address between the two. Fuck, dude. They had to, like, of course, if you're gonna come forward to something like this, you have to make sure that shit is airtight. I admire the hustle. I admire that work. Many of Robinson's comments were gratuitously sexual and lewd in nature. They were made between 2008 and 2012 on Nude Africa, a pornographic website that includes a message board. The comments were made under the username Minisolder, a moniker Robinson used frequently online. Minisolder? Like Mini Soldier? Mini Soldier? Robinson listed his full name on his profile for Nude Africa, bro, as well as an email address he used on numerous websites across the internet for decades. Bro. This is why people say the internet is forever. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. CNN is reporting only a small portion of Robinson's comments on the website given their graphic nature. Oh, come on. Come on. All right, somebody else is going to find the goods then. Well, if that shit doesn't get purged. Yeah, that's... That's pretty damning, honestly. Anakai, thank you for tier 1. Many of Robinson's comments on Nude Africa stand in contrast to his public stances on issues such as abortion and trans rights. Publicly, Robinson has fiercely argued that people should use bathrooms only that correspond to the gender they were assigned at birth. He's also said trans women should be arrested for using women's restrooms. Quote, if you're a man on Friday night and all of a sudden Saturday you feel like a woman and you want to go into the women's restroom in the mall, you will be arrested or whatever we got to do to you. Robinson said at a campaign rally in 2024, we're going to protect our women. Yet privately, under the username Minisoldier on Nude Africa, Robinson graphically described his own sexual arousal as an adult from the memory of secretly peeping on women in public gym showers as a 14-year-old. Robinson recounted the story as a memory he said he still fantasized about. Dog. Dude. Oh my God. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Well, he's not a pedophile. Volcano, he's not a pedophile if he did it when he was 14. He's just a weirdo. I came to a spot that was a dead end and I had 2 big vent covers over it. It just so happened it overlooked the showers. I sat there for about an hour and watched as several girls came in and showered, Robinson wrote on Nude Africa. I mean, like, I guess him still fantasizing about it. It doesn't say if it was... Yeah, it just says it was a woman's restroom. So I'm guessing he is fantasizing about doing it to grown women. But I see where you're going. Oh, come on, CNN. CNN is not publishing the graphic sexual details of Robinson's story. Hold out the goods on me. I mean, like, the parenthetical goods. Misanthropic, thank you. I laughed so damn hard that we caught him on a porn site, and also Trump said about him. Yeah, no, Trump, the fun part about this is how it ties to Trump, because Trump has been very emphatic in, which, like, whatever. If you, like, go through the effort of backing Trump publicly, he'll pretty much back anybody, as long as they're on the Trump train. But he has said some stupid shit about Mark Robinson, like him being... better than Martin Luther King for black people. And it's like, this is, it's just another domino falling that just reflects more poorly on Trump. CNN not publishing the details, but totally down with publishing slurs just a few paragraphs down. I mean, there is a point to publishing the slurs to show that he said the things, but we know that he is talking about the sexual fantasy, and, like, honestly, that's you don't need that, you know, like that. I feel like those are not equivalent to compare. Like, I understand where you're coming from, but, like, one of those is important to illuminate a point, and the other you can just say that he had gross sexual fantasies, and you don't need to go in more than that. I went peeping again the next morning, Robinson wrote, but after that I went back. The shower was locked. Ladder was locked. So those 2 times were the only 2 times I got to do it. Ah, memories. Fucking weirdo. In other comments on Nude Africa, Robinson discussed his affinity for transgender pornography. Yeah, I will say that CNN, maybe like, don't put the slur on. Maybe don't. Just maybe don't. I'm just saying. But I like watching T-slur on girl porn. That's fucking hot. It takes the man out while leaving the man in, Robinson wrote. And yeah, I'm a perv too. Yeah, no shit. Wow. very funny because this would have been between 2008 and 2012. He would have been an old head for trans porn. Like this was before like the modern era of trans porn, right? He has been on the train for a long time, is what I'm saying. The OG stuff, like we're talking pre-Natalie Mars. You understand? That's a real deep cut for all my gooners in the crowd. In an interview with CNN on Thursday, Robinson repeatedly denied he made the comments on nude Africa. This is not us. These are not our words, and this is not anything that is characteristic of me. Isn't it though? Isn't it though? Isn't it though? I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know the name. Natalie's got some good stuff. Natalie, all right, so probably most famously what people know, Hideki Kamiya. I think it was Mouthfeel. Really quick side tangent. Natalie Mars probably best known for the time where Hideki Kamiya saw her in Bayonetta cosplay, and somebody was like, has a penis, by the way, and Hideki Kamiya says, whatever. King. Love you, Hideki. Anyway. This has been your meme moment. Always hated Mark Robinson, but I didn't know he was doing this shit. I'm glad this got published. I kind of assume, like, not all, but I assume a lot of conservatives do, like, the shit that they rail so hard against. Like, not Matt Walsh. I think Matt Walsh is, like, an exception in his sociopathy, but generally. I know, Anakai, like, such... Hideki Kamiya. We love to see it. Okay. I'm not going to get into the minutia of how somebody manufactured these salacious tabloid lies. First off, like the amount of effort that would be required to find a obscure porn forum from 2008 to 2012. Like, there's so many different ways that you would want, if you wanted to manufacture a controversy, right? If you wanted to. Just saying. There are so many ways that would be so much easier to do it than digging through more than a decade of internet forum shit. Like, just make up some dirt that, oh, he's meeting with a prostitute. Like, old school style. But you can't. Like, this is the real shit. The Trump campaign has apparently been pressuring him to step down from the fucking governor's race. No, we're not talking about Mark Ronson. Very good question is, how is it found? I wonder if they get to that. CNN first reached out to Robinson Tuesday with evidence connecting to the comments. It took his campaign 2 days to respond and issue a denial. That's not good. That seems like a thing you want to flip around a little bit faster than that. I'm just saying. During his interview with CNN, Robinson repeatedly said the issues that faced North Carolinians were more important than what he called tabloid trash, and he steered the conversation towards attacking his opponent in the race, Democrat Josh Stein, the state's attorney general. We are not getting out of this race. There are people who are counting on us to win this race. You're fucking donors, dude. Campaigning for lieutenant governor in 2020, Robinson advocated for a complete abortion ban without exceptions. He later expressed regret in 2022 for paying for his now wife to have an abortion in the 80s. Now campaigning for governor, he said he supports... Oh, so that means that he would be looking at that shit when they were still married. Right? Like, unless they had, like, a separation or something. 2008 to 2012. Just saying. Says he supports a so-called heartbeat bill, writing as mini soldier on New to Africa. I love this. I love this. They're basically giving him the campaign rundown of all his platforms, and then how his posts on a porn forum completely betray that. Says he supports a so-called heartbeat bill that would ban abortion approximately 6 weeks, with exceptions for rape, incest, and health of the mother. But writing his mini soldier on Nude Africa in December 2010, goddamn, it's so specific. Robinson said he did not care about a celebrity having an abortion. I don't care. I just want to see the sex tape. Petty. I love it. Not what he said, what CNN is doing here. In another thread, commenters considered whether to believe the story of a woman who said she was raped by her taxi driver while intoxicated. In response, Robinson wrote, and the moral of this story, don't fuck a white bitch. Jesus. Robinson, who would become North Carolina's first black governor, also repeatedly maligned civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr., attacking him in such intense terms that a user accused him of being a white supremacist. Get that fucking get that fucking commie bastard off the National Mall, Robinson wrote about the dedication of the memorial to King in D.C. by then President Barack Obama. Quote, I'm not in the KKK. They don't let blacks join. If I was in the KKK, I would have called him Martin Lucifer. I can't say that. God damn. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, Martin Lucifer K is insane to me. That is fucking wild. CNN's reporting on Robinson's comments comes a few weeks after the Assembly, a North Carolina digital publication, reported that Robinson frequented local video pornography shops in the 90s and 2000s. Ooh. That would line up with this, wouldn't it? The story cited 6 people who interacted and saw him frequently in Greensboro, North Carolina. A spokesperson called the stories false and a complete fiction. Despite earning the full endorsement of former President Donald Trump and North Carolina Republican Party, he faces an uphill battle in the race for governor against Stein. I don't think he faces, I don't think he faces much of a battle anymore. This is the motherfucker who always trying to ice skate uphill. History of controversial remarks, including mocking school shooting survivors, his past support for total abortion bans, disparaging the civil rights movement have been a consistent theme. Recent public polling shows Robinson is losing to Stein. Shocker! Identifying. All right, so here we go. We're getting into the good shit. Getting into the good, y'all. I'm gonna crack my beverage for this. Theo is away. Hello. On the Nude Africa website, in both comments and his profile, Mini Soldier offered numerous details that align precisely with Robinson's personal history. In his profile, he listed his full name as Mark Robinson, standard, and disclosed a private email address Robinson used elsewhere online. In 2012, a user responded to a comment by calling Mini Soldier Mark. Okay, you can't fake this level, right? Like, you cannot Wayback Machine fake forums where people are responding to him by name with email addresses that he used from 2008 to 2012. It's like the ties are so strong. Unless there was somebody for some reason impersonating him, which why would anybody? And it completely aligns with being a weird porn addict and going to video stores 5 times a week. There's no way I don't want to say there's no way, because there's always a way, but this looks incredibly damning. All right, give me 1 second. Mini Soldier mentioned in 2008 being married. Oh, God, it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. Mentioned being married for 18 years, which corresponds with Robinson's marriage to Yolanda Hill in 1990. God damn. In 2011, Mini Soldier wrote he had been married 21 years. Mini Soldier wrote in a 2011 post that he lived in Greensboro, the same town where Robinson lived at the time and currently lives. This is... I respect the fuck out of this because this is how I do shit. Like, this is the level of depth, and I am going to pour through all of your shit that I do. Excuse me, on my big like stories. God damn. Biographical data shared by Mini Soldier online lines up with Robinson's details. Information shared on Nude Africa and Adult Friend Finder. Come on. Adult Friend Finder. Come on. Correlates with publicly available biographical data for Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. Incredible. Incredible. Go away 1999. Hive indicator. Now this is journalism. I'm in Greensboro, and if you blank, 56 male, 56, looking to get away from life, age. This is fucking damning, dude. Like, 1990, I married the person God. Married 21 years, happily fucking with no bullshit or begging. God damn. You okay, kitty? Cat's been all sniffly since she got home. In a post in 2012, he says he served in the Army in the 80s during the same time period as Robinson. In his sexually graphic comments detailing watching women, he wrote that his mother worked at a historically black college, HBCU. Robinson's mother worked as a custodian, which would give him access to vents and shit if she brought her kid to work, at North Carolina A&T State University, and HBCU located in Greensboro. I know those journalists who have been working on this tirelessly, like when they found these things on their corkboard or their vision board or whatever they fucking set up for this, when they found these connections, were jumping up and down like kids on Christmas. Both Mini Soldier and Robinson often posted about the same topics, including reviews for remote-controlled helicopters. That is so, again, so weird. Like, this is the kind of shit that gets serial killers caught, right? It is the weird niche special interest. It is such a bizarrely specific thing. That's incredible. Pow, nobody now. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. Cruise control for God. It's stressing me out how much identifiable information he's just giving away. I mean, like, before you're in the public eye, before you're a celebrity, and I'm just speaking on this from experience, not as a celebrity, but like somebody who's like now in the public eye, you don't really, like, most people do not really think about like the shit you post, especially like when you're younger, relatively. He was like, what, in his 30s at this point, so like he kind of should have known better. But like, delete your old Facebook profiles, delete your MySpaces, people. Make sure you know how to get into those. But also, yeah, maybe don't talk about yourself so much on porn forums. Like, unless you're talking to somebody in DMs that you can trust, which, don't trust anybody on the internet, kids. Like, what are you doing, bro? Awesome Kid TH. Hey, DD just got here. What's up? Also, congrats on the house. Thank you. I have been so fucking busy. It is honestly insane. Like, we're probably not gonna have a super long stream today, just because I need to keep up my stream hours. And I saw this as a good opportunity for everybody to get together. But like, I've got 2 videos to edit. I've got 3 things to write for the next month. plenty more on the way. Don't worry. It's been a time, y'all. It is. I wish I could nap. I want to nap so bad. But thank y'all for being here, and I appreciate all the support and the subscriptions. They're especially helpful right now because, yes, Awesome Kid TH. I don't know if I've talked about that. It was on for everybody who was on stream last time. I got the house. Really quick, for those who don't know, I looked into a condo recently that is it is beyond perfect, and was just at the upper limit of my range. And I've been doing a lot of selling off personal items, doing a lot of just like sizing down everything to be able to pay off debt, and I got approved for it. Like we put in an offer, they accepted it, and so now it is a bunch of jumping through every like legal and financial hoop available, which is, I find, I know a lot of my neurodivergent homies can completely relate to this, but I get so I'm a pretty relatively like you guys have seen like Nazis and shit come into my chat and like try and rattle me, right? I'm relatively a pretty like calm person. I am not quick to anger by like any stretch. It takes a lot to rattle me. There is something about, and I think it's something with like, I think it has something to do with the just arduous processes I had to go through getting student loans. There is something about getting wrapped up in the like bureaucratic bullshit processes of taxes, IRS, income reporting, anything with loans, that unless it is made as easily accessible to me as possible, it actually like there's nothing I can think of that takes me 0 to 100 angry. Well, okay, there are a few things. 1, abusing kids. 2, hurting and hitting animals. And 3, dealing with taxes and shit. Like it, and like medical insurance and stuff like that. But I am centered in my lane, thriving. It is, yeah, the pain of it is that my wonderful cat, who I'm looking at as she's eating her food, is about to cost me an arm and a leg to get some of her teeth taken out. I talked about that at the beginning of the stream, but she had her dentist appointment today, and that's going to be like $1,500. It'll all be okay. It'll all be okay. And by next month, not next month. So to give really quick before we go back to this, timeline on what the channel's looking like because obviously I'm gonna have to like move. The condo closes, or I close on the condo, so it will be mine on October 30th. So after that, it'll probably be like a week of moving and setting everything up. And so in November, unless I get like magically a week off somewhere between now and then, in November is probably when I'm looking at doing the very next charity stream, because I know a lot of people have been asking about that, and I really want to continue doing those. I have a lot of like just kick-ass guests lined up. I have like Maggie Mayfish and Stephanie Sterling both wanted to be on the last one. I was like, okay, I'll get you on the next one. So like do stay tuned for those, because I hope we can raise 10,000 or more just like last time. So yeah, if you are looking forward to another one of those 30-hour like, and actually November will be perfect, because that'll be a perfect time to do I can just like play all the games of the year, so that'll be fun. Anyway, yeah, I reached out to Stephanie for the last one, but it was like I was in the middle of it when I went and asked, and they didn't get back to me in time. It's fine. I just thrust it on them, and they weren't available, so not a big deal. Yeah, no, and I have actually another guest that I can't. In terms of, so we've had Jessie Gender and Mia Moore and Elena McLaughlin, who, if you guys don't know, her movie just screened. Elena Farrell, and please go follow Elena on Twitter. She is wonderful. Benny from TYT. We had a lot of people on the stream. There is a wonderful guest who I've been speaking to, and I would really like to get on the next stream, and it would be one of the biggest guests we've had. So again, hopefully in November I will completely be able to do that. Yes, November is also the election month. It is, isn't it? God damn it. Man. So I'm gonna have 2 big streams in November because I'll be doing a charity, and then you better believe I'm marathoning. I've actually been planning. I was planning some of that out, a marathon stream, because I know here's the thing, every fucking bread tuber who streams is gonna be doing that. So I'm gonna have to like put dibs on some of my friends. Like, no, you got to be on my stream. But I will probably be, because the U.S. elections are so stressful, like personally, I will probably be actually doing a gaming stream with the counters and stuff going, but it will probably be like vaguely political game themed. Like I'm thinking like Metal Gear Rising, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Wolf Chaos, somehow not related to the first 2, Saints Row 4, yeah, stuff like that. But anyway, do I think Kamala will win? Here's the thing. Yes, but the caveat there is that that's what everybody thought about Hillary. Like everybody was like, no shot. Like Trump is not gonna win. Like everybody kick back, relax, it's fine. And then Trump won. So I really hope not. Senator Armstrong says trans rights. No, Senator Armstrong does not say trans rights. Ryden says trans rights. My source is I made it the fuck up. Okay. So let's get back to this really quick. Robinson Mother, Twilight Zone. Yes, remote-controlled helicopters, oddly specific. God, how did we get off topic? Okay. Their attraction to specific celebrities, same. And their favorite Twilight Zone episode. The email address associated with Mini Soldier on Nude Africa was also used by Robinson elsewhere online and social media. On the commenting platform Discus. Oh my god. Fucking undone. Do y'all remember Discus? Wait, no, it's Discuss, isn't it? It's Discuss. I always read it as Discus. Okay, really quick. Misanthropic. Armstrong is JD Vance in A Different Life. I want JD Vance like mod skin. Like, is that a thing? That's gotta be a thing, right? That's gotta be a thing. Discuss. Undone by motherfucking Discus. Discuss. I just did it again. Like, undone by the commenting platform that I loathed entirely, because you couldn't fucking go look at the comments on a story without logging into your Discus account. I did it again. I'm not. It's okay. It's in my blood. I'm not. This is like a Mario thing. I'm just not gonna. It's never gonna be pronounced correctly from my lips. Sorry. Power Tremor B7. Damn, that was a good Grinch. I do pretty good voice stuff sometimes, on occasion. Have Have I ever done my like predator ASMR? That's a little treat for y'all. Robinson's Discuss page. Oh, I did it. Also linked to the Black social networking site Black Planet. The web archive shows a user named Mini Soldier describing themselves as 40 years old in 2009, the same age as Robinson at the time, and living in Greensboro, North Carolina. That is bonkers. New fetish unlocked. Robinson has frequently used the name Mini Soldier elsewhere on the internet, on X. Whoa. Oh, okay, I'm like, what? Okay. That was so weird. I apologize. I did not realize I had the desktop audio on. That scared me. Yeah, get to the chopper. Robinson has frequently used the name Mini Soldier elsewhere on the internet, on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. Robinson once used the Mini Soldier username according to a screenshot he shared on Facebook in 2018 and data in Robinson's old tweets. Okay, so for this to not be real, there would have to be another person who was posing as him, using the same email, using the same username, with facts that only he would know off the top of his head, posting to a porn forum from 2008 to 2012. That's the hoops we have to jump through for this to be a faked story we're looking at. It was me. It was my long con. The longest con. The longest con. Mark Robinson is the Republican candidate for governor in North Carolina. A YouTube playlist for a user named Mini Soldier features exclusively videos of Robinson. On Pinterest, a user Mini Soldier lists his name as Mark Robinson. The Mini Soldier username has also posted reviews of products and places Robinson is also publicly recommended. It gets so... Oh, it keeps going. It keeps going. On Amazon, a user named Mini Soldier reviewed products frequently shared by Robinson on Facebook, including remote-controlled helicopters. Again! And the same email address and username used on Nude Africa also left reviews on Google for 2 local businesses Robinson later posted on Facebook that he used. Incredible. Incredible. His unique choice of language further links him to the Mini Soldier alias on the pornographic forums. Uncommon phrases. He's going to be undone by southern turns of phrase. Fucking sussed by old-timey jargon. Oh my god, it is. That's exactly what it is. Uncommon phrases such as gag a maggot, dunderhead, I don't give a frog's ass, and I don't give 2 shakes of it were both used by Mini Soldier in Nude Africa and by Robinson on his personal Facebook page. Oh god. I don't know how you can deny this. Like, this goes so much deeper than if a frog's fat ass. Frog's fat ass. Frog's fat behind. Okay, well, CNN, I feel like we're skipping over the fact where of what he's actually saying here, where Mark Robinson is saying, I don't give 2 shakes of my black ass about dem Mexicans kicking the shit out of them damn turkeys. Just kill them, clean them, and get them mofos on the truck so they can be at the store by tea giving. Gag a maggot, get that fucking commie bastard off the National Mall. Dunderhead. Dunderhead. Oh, okay. Well, CNN, I feel like, look, I get there's a lot of highlights to this story. I feel like we're burying the lead just a skosh here by putting this almost at the end of the article. Oh, God. Robinson as mini soldier. Slavery is not bad. In the pornographic forums, Robinson revealed his unvarnished thoughts on issues such as race, gender, and abortion. Writing in a forum discussing black Republicans in October 2010, Robinson stated, unprovoked, "I'm a black Nazi." They don't, excuse me, they don't show the picture. I want to see, when it says stated unprovoked, I need it says there's literally no context, it's unprovoked, but I need the context. I need what that looks like. If that's literally him just posting, like, completely apropos of nothing. That same month, Robinson wrote in another post that he supported the return of slavery. Fuck, dude. Slavery is not bad. Some people... Jesus Christ, man. Slavery is not bad. Some people need to be slaves. I wish they would bring it, parenthetical slavery, back. I would certainly buy a few, he wrote. Sans question mark. That was me editorializing. In March 2012, Robinson wrote that he preferred the former leader of Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler, over the leadership in Washington during the administration of Barack Obama. I'd take Hitler over any of the shit that's in Washington right now, he wrote. Robinson's comments on Nude Africa often frequently contained derogatory and racial slurs directed at black, Jewish, and Muslim people. In a series of 7 posts in October 2011, Robinson disparaged Martin Luther King in such intense terms, calling him a commie bastard, worse than a maggot, ho fucking phony, and a huckster, that a user in the thread accused him of being in the KKK. Robinson responded by directing a slur at King. In October 2010, Robinson used the anti-Semitic slur that when discussing how he liked the show Good Times, developed by Norman Lear, saying the show itself was a bunch of slur-written liberal bullshit. While discussing the Taliban, he referred to Muslims as little rag-headed bastards and said that if Muslims took over, liberals would be the first ones to be beheaded. Robinson also used homophobic slurs frequently, calling other users the F slur. In a largely positive forum discussion featuring a photo of 2 men kissing after one returned from a military deployment, Robinson wrote the sole negative comment, "That's some old sick-ass F slur bullshit," he wrote. Okay, CNN, you changed my mind. Great way to end it. Great way to end it. That's that. You want to end it, go out with the showstopper. That is, just banger after banger. That is Reverend Father Uncle Ruckus. Yeah, I don't, that must be another old slur, because that one, like, I know a lot of slurs. I know, that sounds really bad out of context. But I mean, I do. Nobody's surprised that I have like basically some kind of dictionary of slurs. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm getting a call. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. That's the other fun part about buying a house, is that I just get phone calls from people like all day, and it's usually like a 2-second thing where it's like, oh hey, I need this. Okay, I'll send that over. But how was everybody's day? I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired. Yeah, Fable the Void. I find that annoying too. We're censoring shit like bullshit and the F slur, but not the hard T slur. It speaks to, like, it speaks to a higher class of like unattached liberals or just journalism, where they don't understand how that kind of slur is weaponized, and it certainly at this point is on, well, it's pretty close to being on par with the F slur. But I'm willing to bet the people who wrote this probably don't know very many trans people. Not that it's like an intentional thing. It just seems like an oversight. But I'm going to go get my headphones because I want to watch his denial. He came out like an hour before this came out. And it says in here in a CNN interview where he denied everything, and I need to see it. I need to feel it. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, let's go. Glad I have got on stream today. I've been laughing the whole way through. I am glad. I'm glad we're all here to live in this moment together. All right, really quick before we do that, though, the Assembly, this is at the beginning of the month, after he embraced Christianity in the late 80s, the GOP candidate for governor says his behavior did not immediately reform. 6 men say Robinson frequented Greensboro video porn shops in the 90s and early 2000s. Hey, Mr. Oakby. In his 2022, oh God, the receipts are so fucking good. The receipts are so good. It's delicious. In his 2022 memoir, Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson wrote that he committed his life to Jesus in the late 80s. I did not, however, experience a drastic conversion like some do. Now the Republican nominee for governor said, my behavior did not immediately reform. They say sin is fun for a season, and I was in that season. Robinson didn't specify how long that season lasted or what sins it entailed, but according to Lewis Money, who worked in several of Greensboro's windowless 24-hour video pornography stores, Robinson was a frequent customer in the 90s and early 2000s. Money, 52, told the Assembly that Robinson came in as often as 5 nights a week to watch porn videos in a private booth. Again, this would have been when he was married. So that actually makes a lot of sense. Like if you are wondering, why in perfect health would somebody go to a store to honk off to porn? It's because they can't do it at home. Think about it. 5 other men who said they were former employees or customers during this period also told the Assembly that Robinson visited 2 of these stores, Gents Video and News. And I love video and news. News is crazy. News is fucking crazy. Gents Video and News and I-40 Video and News. In addition, Money said Robinson purchased hundreds of bootleg porn videos Money sold on the side. Hundreds? He was good for at least 1 a week. But Money said Robinson didn't pay for the last one, which he described as a compilation of super hardcore films he acquired in New York City that were too risque to be sold in North Carolina. Okay, look, as somebody who's done adult work before, I have, and with a lot of friends who do sex work, I have imbibed my share of pornographic content, but I'm so curious about what it, like, there's got to be something about repression like this, because we see it all across the spectrum of like people like Synthetic Man, right? Where they just publicly repress and hate on anything they call deviant or weird, but then privately they are the biggest freaks and perverts. And I feel like there's an element of that repression that leads them to continually seek out, like shame becomes a part of it, which is a thing for some people. Like there is a fetish around being ashamed and like domination and stuff. But I feel like that becomes a driving factor in like getting into more and more hardcore stuff, instead of like where I'm at, and a lot of people I'm at are like, yeah, I like this, I don't like this. And you can kind of talk about that and express that with other people in a very normal and healthy sexual way. And I feel like they don't have that outlet to communicate with others. So it leads to buying bootleg videos of super hardcore films. I can't even imagine, like, what is a It's probably some, like, look, okay. Again, I've talked about it before. I don't want to necessarily yuck anybody's yum. And let me answer this text real quick. I don't want to necessarily yuck anybody's yum. And not to kink shame, because I've said it before. My rule, if nobody is getting hurt, if everything is consensual and there is nothing involving kids, I don't care. It might not be for me, but I don't care. That is why Lolly falls over the no thank you, get away from me line. Because even though it's fictional, it is still involving kids. I have a very strict criteria right there. If you fall into any of those categories, if people are actually getting hurt, if it is unconsensual, if it involves kids or animals, I'll put animals there too, because animals cannot consent. If it involves any of those, go right to jail. Do not pass go. But there is still like there is that gray area, right? Like between that stuff, the stuff that I find, like, I would say all of that is illegal, all of that is morally reprehensible, all of that is unforgivable. There is that, and then everything on the other side of the fence might not be illegal, and it might just be something that I think is kind of gross, right? But ultimately, if it's consensual, I can just say it's not for me, right? Like, I can just be like, I'm good. However, the idea of something being super hardcore, like, I have a pretty good idea in my head of what hardcore is, right? Super hardcore? The mind boggles. That could mean so many different things, and some of them, no thank you. Nah, not for me. Nope. He probably had a giant arm and was lopsided like William Burke from Resident Evil 2 from gooning so much. I always think of, if y'all haven't seen the M. Night Shyamalan classic Lady in the Water, featuring Freddy Rodriguez as a character who, the character's whole deal was that he only worked out one arm, so he had this one freakishly buff appendage for the entire film. It's a very bizarre film. It's a fucking, what a weird fucking movie this is. God, what? Yo, there was a time M. Night Shyamalan got back on the horse, like he's making bangers again. But there was a time where he fell off hard. It was rough years. It was rough years to be an M. Night fan for a little while there, y'all. Like, not joking. So he discovered internet porn for the first time. It seems like he's pretty well versed in it. Pretty well versed in it. Marca, is he making bangers again? I thought Trap was a banger. Like, I think Trap was a little bit long in the tooth. Like, it could have been 20 minutes shorter, but as a thrill... See, here's the thing I really like with Trap, is that it's the Shyamalan formula, right? Like, there's always a twist. And, you know, that's the thing he does, is there's a twist. The great part about Trap is that the twist is 10 minutes in, and then the rest of it is just like a cascading series of events as people try and deal with that twist. And then additional twists on top of that. And like, I'm good shit. Sparks that bled. The only thing I remember hearing from that film was Shyamalan playing an artist whose art is so good it can change the world. I think it was a writer. I think he was a writer, but yes, that sounds about right for his retinue. Okay. The Devil Elevator. I think, okay, M. Night, I believe, was just a producer on Devil. I believe he was just a producer on that. Anyway. He doesn't really care about the $25 Robinson owes him for the tape, nor is he trying to derail the Republicans' campaign for governor. An unaffiliated voter said he likes Robinson as a person, if not necessarily his politics. What he described as a funny story offered an opportunity for self-promotion. In mid-August, Money's band, Trailer Park Orchestra, released a YouTube video for their song, The Lieutenant Governor Owes Me Money. In the video, an actor in a dark suit and something approximating a Robinson mask walks into a video store to buy porn while Money sings, I made you a bootleg, I did it all the time, most of the time you paid me, I guess it slipped your mind. Responding to a detailed list of questions, Robinson campaign spokesperson Mike Lonergan told the assembly in an email that Money's claims were bullshit and a complete and total fiction. Also, very professional to have your PR person call something bullshit officially. He called Money and the assembly's reporters degenerates. Blah, blah, blah. Robinson, who turned 56 on August 18, was the son of an abusive alcoholic who died when he was 12, graduated from Greensboro's Grimsley High School, spent a semester at North Carolina A&T, but dropped out. He later wrote that he lacked the discipline to continue. Quote, I'd become far more interested in chasing pretty girls than learning anything in the classroom. Again, another time that just kind of lines up with everything else. We got to listen to that song. You're probably right. You're probably right. On hearmenow.com. Are y'all ready? You've heard all the other stuff now. Are y'all ready to hear the song written by the porn shop owner that Mark Robinson used to frequent about how Mark Robinson owes him money 20 years later? Let's go. I hope it's a banger. Why are you not playing in my headphones, buddy? Okay, sorry. No idea what happened there. All right, let's try that again.
I made you a bootleg, I did all the time. Most of the time you paid me, I guess it slipped your mind. I hate to remind you, could you please not forget? You know where I live. Can you mail me a check? Hey,
yeah, it is very primacy. It's very, like, kind of twangy 90s punk. It's all right. It's not really my thing. I like a little bit more like speed and pep to it, but it is very of an era for sure. I would believe that a porn shop owner in the mid-aughts made that. Like that tracks. That tracks. No, it's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard, for sure. It is not as bad as fucking like anytime we've watched Laura Trump sing or anytime we've watched Tim Pool do his thing. Conservative interpretation of Christianity shares views on sexuality and gender. He was in his 20s and early 30s, a married father of two, bouncing around restaurant and manufacturing jobs, often struggling to pay the bills. He was also, by his own account, not yet fully grounded in the Christian faith that would later define his political career. In high school, he's a member of the Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. He imagined himself becoming a combat soldier and obsessed over the movie First Blood, he wrote. After graduation, he joined the Army Reserve as a medical specialist. Later, he enlisted in the regular army but dropped out before his enlistment began. Blah, blah, blah. Fellowship Church paid for Hill's abortion. We talked about this. Pregnant with their first child. Robinson worked at Domino's and Sbarro earlier in their relationship, but wanted to find a career. First place, I made enough money to support a family, manufacturing business. Okay, I don't need his whole Wikipedia page. Oof. Robinson wrote he embraced conservatism after reading Rush Limbaugh's book, The Way Things Ought to Be in the late 90s. This is just like a 90s version of fucking Jordan Peterson shit. Thank you very much, Chuck Grape, for subscribing at tier 1. Ben Carson, the brain surgeon. Dale Wilson, Tim Pool makes music. What does it sound like? It sounds exactly like Tim Pool looks. Is the like really kind of the only way I can describe it. It sounds like Tim Pool looks. Rush Limbaugh. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not like Talent on Loan from God? Rush Limbaugh with the EIB network. The party at that point didn't want to fight. Anybody to fight her, but run out, blah, blah, blah. Gents didn't rent porn videos. I should do a one-man show. Isn't he dead? Yeah. One of my favorite snapbacks on Twitter was when somebody said, Rush, you're such a treasure. And after he died, I went back and commented, fucking buried treasure now. Boom. Oh! Chuck Grape, I've returned to Twitch. Thank you. Yeah, no, he named his band Timcast, which is so fucking tacky, dude. Like, you can do so many different things with a band name, and you do it after the thing you've already, like it's bad enough he named his podcast after him, and then named his band after his podcast. Just, like, no fucking thoughts in his head. Is he a narcissist? Yeah, I think so. Like, he doesn't have much to be narcissistic about, but he is, like, Tim Pool has a very fragile ego. Spending a good amount of money. Several years. Robinson came in after his shifts at pizza restaurants and hung out for hours. Said Robinson's tastes were fairly standard for a straight man. I know he might have problems with gay people, but I don't think he has problems with... Dog. Oh, my God. I know he might have problems with gay people, but I don't think he has problems with lesbians. Many such cases. My name is not dead domain. What else are you hiding? So many things. Oh God. Well, no, I'm glad Rush is gone. Like straight up, I am. That he was so fucking, I used to listen to so much Rush too. When I was in my conservative hyperfixation phase in like middle school, I used to listen to Rush so much. I've listened to probably thousands of hours of Rush and Glenn Beck. And probably Sean Hannity and Dr. Laura too. Like I actually think I was listening when Dr. Laura said the N-word that got her canned. So fucking funny. Not that she said it, but that was the thing that got her canned. Long history of criminal charges. Freak show grifter. That's the extent of the relationship. Money has faced 9 criminal charges since 2011. Money pleaded guilty to misdemeanor drug, felony marijuana charges. Sorry, if the harshest charges you've got on your rap sheet are felony marijuana, I don't care. Like that's you are barely a criminal. You understand? You are still riding criminal training wheels. You are the fucking like T-ball setup of criminals. Monkish Life, I'm wondering if he also watches porn involving 2 trans women. Oh, I'm sure. Especially like considering that's why I found it so interesting, is that porn has changed a lot since that time. Because that was when I was like in middle school, like 28 to 2012. That was middle school and high school for me. And that is like such a difference towards the way trans people are regarded compared to now, where it's much more normalized, because it's like one of the fastest growing and most popular porn genres by far. And wouldn't you know it, a lot of that is in red states, where a lot of people will go online and talk about how, no trans women, they're all just men, blah, 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 and then go and honk off to them. It's many such cases. Yeah, Drax's Storm Skill. It is nice that there's less slurs in porn video titles. They still get through sometimes, but I think it's better that you actually have like production companies that are much more respectful of that stuff. God, porn production companies in that time must have been a fucking nightmare, though. Like, truly just nightmarish. I do not envy any person, like mostly women, who had to go through that shit, but any person who had to deal with what was undoubtedly, like, I still think there's a lot of trouble in the porn industry, but by and large, the ability for people to kind of make their own content and collaborate outside of production houses and studios, I think has been a good thing. Yeah. Almost forgot who Rush Limbaugh is. Quoting from a tweet, "You never hear anything about him. No one mentions anything he did because nothing he did was of any value. Contributed nothing worthwhile to culture, nothing of lasting value." But also add that the only legacy is a legion of copycats who have less than nothing to add. Yeah. And thank you for 300 biddies, Irish DC. The step, etc. stuff. Yeah, that's not going away. Aaron in stereo. Like, that is like just not going away. It's one of the most socially acceptable taboos. Like, it's there to stay. Well, because go away 1999, it's not like, the way they get away with it is that it's A, not actually incest because the people aren't related. B, they get to skirt around that even more by being like, oh, it's your stepmom, so they're not related by blood, is the thing. It is not real incest, supposedly. But it's still like that's why people watch it. Like, it's people like watching the gross shit. I guess I didn't even think about that, but you're right, Cruise Control. It's also a taboo that requires not changing anything. They can just slap that shit on anything. Like, yeah, you could just have a scene, and it's... I guess that's true. Damn, I wish I could do that with my YouTube videos. I wish there was, like, a equivalent on YouTube that I could just slap it, and it would appeal to an entirely different demographic. For shits and giggles, I Googled stats around trans porn by state and found this article. Ooh, lawsuit.com. That sounds promising. Nope, come here. Stop it. All right, let's go. Trailer Park Orchestra is actually a really good name, though. He was very homophobic, called him a jokester. He was a cool dude, wasn't an asshole. I put 3 of them on there and sell it for $20, $25. I did that up until 2004, which is when Mark owed me the money. Steady diet of communism and pornography. What? Okay, well, now I got to read this. Can't just have that as a section title and not go into it. ruled that adult pornography was protected by a First Amendment, serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value. Some members of Donald Trump's Make America Great Again movement have pushed back to crack down on what they view as obscenity. Blah, blah, blah. Smart of Robinson does not appear to have taken a position on whether porn should be illegal. It's not clear whether he took a public position on a bill the General Assembly passed in 2023 that required online porn sites to verify that users are at least 18 years old. A porn industry spokesperson called it backdoor censorship. Phrasing. But Robinson has used the word pornography to describe everything from music and network television to LGBTQ-themed books. During this year's NC Republican Party convention, for example, he called public school teachers and administrators all-powerful bureaucrats. Jesus Christ. Calling public school teachers all-powerful bureaucrats is like... that should be fucking disqualifying for any office, honestly. Like, that is so detached from reality. That's crazy. Who believe it's okay to feed your children a steady diet of communism and pornography. Christ. Rhetoric like this fueled Robinson's rapid ascent in state politics. For the men who say they knew him from his porn shop days, it was jarring to watch. That's what's so shocking. He's nothing like that today. It's like he's embarrassed of who he used to be or whatever. I spent years as a Christian too, but I didn't run for office and get in pulpits and shout about all the craziness I used to do and yell at people for it, because that's pretty much what he's done. God damn. Oh, another dude. So I don't even want your money anymore. God damn. I don't know if he still watches porn. He said, you know, people change in 20 years. Apparently they do. I bet he does, though. Like almost certainly. He's got that good like government VPN, government firewalls, government blockers. Like I bet his incognito tab goes crazy. All right. Data finds Republicans are obsessed with searching for transgender porn. What? Oh, exactly. Yeah, Phoebe on the chat saying the term pornography seems to be changing in meaning on the right-wing community. It seems to mean anything sexual or sex adjacent that the right do admit to liking. 100%. That is why when everybody is doing their hand-wringing, justifiable hand-wringing over Project 2025 and any conservative is like, oh, you're just blowing it out of proportion. It's not that bad. It's like, no, they literally want to define trans people, media depicting transgender people, not porn, just media like portraying them as pornography. Like that is the level of redefinition they want to go through. With more than 4.7 million transgender porn-related Google searches each month, god damn, Republicans present those searching most. The answer seems to be a clear yes. Femboy Google search popularity by metro area. Femboy? I mean, that... damn. Republicans do be liking them some femboys, I guess. In fact, the more Republican they are, the more they seem to like it. Scraped daily Google search trend data from June 1st to June 19th, segmented by metro area, and compared search volume to both 2020 election voting trends and public opinions about LGBT rights. Top 20 most trans porn-obsessed states in metro area, starting with Texas, Georgia, Kentucky, Missouri, Kansas, Virginia, North Carolina. Mark Robinson showing up number 7, making us proud. Wichita Falls, Atlanta, Denver. This is not surprising, honestly. The more red you get, the more you love trans porn. While the maps and rankings might make it seem obvious there's a correlation between conservatism and searching for trans porn, but by plotting linear regression trend lines, better understand the strength of the correlation. Oh God, this is femboy search. Okay, we can just not do the slurs here, right? I'm assuming it is because it is searching for that specific word, not just trans porn as a whole. But like you can censor that. Like that's crazy though. Femboy searches ranking is crazy. The more you hate them, the more you love them. God damn. To accomplish this, we looked at data, an organization that surveys 50,000 Americans annually across 30 metro areas on social and religious opinions. One question they ask is, do you support religiously based refusals to serve gay and lesbian people? Respondents could answer favor, oppose, or don't know, not sure. Decent proxy for baseline LGBT prejudice. God damn. Damn. That's... Like... What else can you say? Like many such cases. They love us. They hate us, but they love us. Misanthropic, the T slur is like the R slur. It isn't widely considered offensive by the liberals or conservatives. I think the R slur is more on the liberal side, but that's going away because we've had so many people who just like to use it willy-nilly, and it's making a comeback for some goddamn reason. Right response. Oh my God. Wait, the crazy fucking pastor who believes in giants and fairies and shit did a review of Am I Racist? The dude who looks just like Matt Walsh. Good God. Okay. What was I doing? I gotta see this Mark Robinson. One hour ago. All right, let's hear this.
Gubernatorial governor, I should say, candidate Mark Robinson is facing calls to drop out amid rumors, and now he is responding to those rumors. I do want to show you this live look right here of Raleigh, North Carolina, as we are following this breaking news story. Reports say there is going to be a negative news story about Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, who is running for governor. That story has yet to be published. And according to Fox News, the reports say the story has to do with Robinson's activity on adult websites back into the 2000s. That is according to the Carolina Journal. Now, Robinson and his campaign did not respond to requests for comment from Fox News Digital. Sources told the Journal that members of Robinson's staff and former President Trump's campaign are encouraging Robinson to drop out of the race. Now, the communications director for Robinson's campaign rejected those claims in a statement to the Journal, saying, quote, "Whomever your sources are, it is complete fiction." The reports come after Robinson canceled 2 campaign events Thursday. He was scheduled to appear alongside Senator J.D. Vance, but his campaign said Robinson tested positive for COVID. A source reported.
Dog. He canceled saying he tested positive for COVID. As an anti-vax Republican, he is catching the most strays. Like, this is actually a bullet dodged from JD, but it's a bullet that JD dodged, and it just went right into Robinson. Like, if he did get COVID, he might have. Like, knowing how little they mask and how many events they go to, like, I am sure Republican events are just a cesspool of COVID. But the idea that you have this story come out and then you get COVID on top of it, that is a that is an all-time shitty week. God damn, that is my wife left me and my dog ran away type shit. Like, that is fucking bonkers. Man. He caught like his life right now is just like an old country song. Like, nothing goes right. Maybe God is trying to send him a message. Yeah, stay home. Watch more trans porn, I guess. Wouldn't it be so fucking funny? Wouldn't it be so fucking funny if he's just sitting at home with COVID, kicking his feet up, being like, oh, fuck, everything's coming down around me. Everybody's finding out about my racist past, saying I'm a black Nazi. Watching trans porn. It's like a tearful moment where he's reached rock bottom, and he just goes to shoot up one more time. He just goes to Pornhub and just looks up trans porn one last time. He's got nothing left to lose. I love that. Oh God, so funny. Man. All right, I'll be right back. Or I'm not going anywhere, but give me a second. Mark Robinson, Twitter. Have a good rest of your day, Luck Draw. Okay, here we go. I want to see the whole thing. All right, so here is his statement a couple hours ago.
And your Republican nominee for governor as well, of course. Well, guys, the news media is at it again. My opponent is at it again. You all have seen the half-truths and outright lies of Josh Stein on these ads over and over again. And now a story leaked by him to CNN is appearing now. Let me read.
Now, I'm not a PR expert by any stretch, but everything about this says rushed. From the dog water audio quality to the fact that they didn't do 2 takes, the fact that it was apparently completely unedited, he's stumbling over some of his words. It's little things, like little bits of polish that do not speak to, quite frankly, do not speak to a level of confidence of somebody who's innocent. If I'm being honest. Fake news, folks. Yeah, technical term, fake news, folks.
The things that you will see in that story, those are not the words of Mark Robinson. You know my words, you know my character, and you know that I have been completely transparent in this race and before. Folks, this race right
completely trans?
now, our opponents are desperate to shift the focus here from the substantive issues and focus on what you are concerned with to salacious tabloid trash. We cannot allow that to happen. And folks, we've seen this type of stuff in the past as well. Clarence Thomas famously once said he was the victim of a high-tech lynching. Well, it looks like Mark Robinson is too, by a man who refuses to stand on stage at the
being found out for calling Martin Luther King a racial slur and saying I'm the victim of a high-tech lynching? Insane fucking behavior. Crovey, isn't this the party that tried blocking a literal lynching law? No, you got it. You got it. You got it. You nailed it.
debating about the real issues that face you. Instead, they want to focus on salacious tabloid lies. We're not going to let them do that. We are staying in this race. We are in it to win it. And we know that with your help, we will. God bless you. And we will see you where? On the campaign trail.
Look at that $1 million smile. If nothing else, he is a natural politician. Like, I can say that. I remember, it's weird because I actually remember Mark Robinson's speech very specifically in the Republic, because so many people at CPAC, when I went to see them, are just voids of charisma. Just like so hard to listen to for hours on end. Mark Robinson has a real like classic preacher feel. Like a real everybody gets up and claps at the end of a sermon feel. He's a, like, say what you want about him, he's a good fucking public speaker. He really is. Maybe not, this isn't a sterling example, but he, like, is able, he has a good cadence, a good rhythm to get the crowd invested and up and moving. It actually sucks that he's such a piece of shit. But if there's not a doubt in my mind that he is a bona fide, dyed-in-the-wool, to his bones politician, and this is just another, like, flimsy attempt to shovel it off. Comparing yourself to Clarence Thomas was certainly a choice. Also very true. Like, maybe not the best comparison. Let me release a cell phone video real quick denying the report that hasn't even been released yet. Who's advising this man? Solid. Damn, people posting receipts in the high progressive. Mark, can you rate girl dick on a scale of 9 to 10? Hey, we will not have a Racerhead slander in my chat. All right, let me go to. Let's see what the streets are saying. The streets being, of course, X, the everything app, formerly known as Twitter. God damn. All right.
Yeah, well, listen, we know them. We know them well. We know Mark very well. Amazing guy. And we do love the state. I mean, you mentioned that Laura's from there. Spent a lot of time in North Carolina. She's from Riceville Beach, Wilmington area, and we have property all over the state, and adore North Carolina. But Mark is a wonderful person, a wonderful guy, a person I've gotten to know very, very well. And
whatever. Kamala HQ. This Kamala HQ account, I know it is run by a fucking, like, San Francisco grad zillennial or something. Like, it has to be, but they're doing a great job. Whoever on the Kamala campaign hired them, great fucking Rex.
A tough opponent, not a good opponent, but a tough opponent, a political person. And it's not going to be that easy. He's a star.
He just has such a way with words. A political person. He calls Mark Robinson a political person. This is a congressional campaign, and he defines the other side as just poets would be at a loss for just the splendor, the magnificence of Trump's vocabulary.
But a lot of times people say, well, this is going to be easy for him, and then they forget to vote. They don't go out to vote. You got to get out and vote, but you got to help him financially, because you're all people that have a lot of money. I know 20 of you, and you're rich as hell. So anything you are going to do, it quadruple it. It doesn't mean it.
Woo! Like, that is anything you were going to do. Like, it just gives up the game. It gives up the game so much. Like, just talking to rich assholes like, quadruple. Well, like, I know you guys are rich. We're working for you. Damn. Kamala HQ keeping their ears to the ground, doing good work out here. A third scandal has hit Mark Robinson. No, Mark Robinson used the username Mini Soldier everywhere, including porno forums. People like Girl Boss Woman on Twitter can dig up his other weird hobbies, like taking photos of his Nazi soldier dolls. What? Now this is not verified. This is literally just a Twitter post. Does make sense though. But also, what the fuck? What? He probably bought them. Yeah, these look like G.I. Joe scale. That's wait, what? Yo.
The big target for the Democrats. And we just found out an hour ago that the lieutenant governor there, Mark Robinson, who's running for governor,
never heard of him,
who Donald Trump called Martin Luther King on steroids.
Jesse Waters saying never heard of him? What the he spoke on stage at CPAC. It's not like if Jesse's trying to take the turn that like, oh, he's not a big deal, like this isn't a big scandal. Like Trump has endorsed him multiple times by name, like by character. Fucking what?
On a porn forum called Nude Africa that he's a black Nazi, expressed support for reinstating slavery, and detailed his sexual arousal from memories of peeping on women in public gyms, and he still fantasizes about it. He also has an Ashley Madison account.
How dare you kink shame?
Sure.
That's a great reaction. So Josh Stein was likely to win that race anyway. If they get Mark Robinson to drop out, his name is still on the ballot. But this makes North Carolina even more in play for Democrats. And this, again, is evidence of the type of candidates that Donald Trump thinks are good for the country. Martin Luther King on steroids, someone who says he's a black Nazi.
But he would obviously.
But what?
Let's take the obvious here.
Yeah.
Do you think Trump actually knew this guy was on porn sites?
It doesn't matter. Like, do you think he like? It doesn't matter. That's the level of character he's endorsing. That is the lack of care he puts into his stamp of approval. That's the core issue here. Like, it doesn't matter what else he's done. It matters that he's the type of person to do that shit, and Trump still looks at him and goes, yeah.
My point is that Donald Trump likes anyone who likes him, and he doesn't bother to do the work.
Human.
No, it's not. A lot of people like me who I don't like in return.
Like who?
I don't know who she is, but is she like the one token liberal or leftist that they keep on here, or is she just like the anti-Trump girl? Ugh. Gutfield looks like Jeremy Renner if he was an awful comedian. Like Tamu Jeremy Renner.
Like,
tell us now. Go ahead. Let's start with Fox and Friends.
Yeah. Poor Kill
all right,
Reed.
Jessica.
Yeah. All right, Jeff.
I didn't interrupt. I just want to let that be known. Greg interrupted on my behalf.
The king shaming was kind of funny. And
I will be going to Nude Africa in the break to see if that's true.
Jessica Tarlov? I don't know anything about Jessica Tarlov, so I'm not gonna like endorse her, but Lincoln Republican. Yeah, she seems very obvious. Like, hey, that's fucking true though. Like that was exactly what I was saying. I am glad there is at least somebody conservative out there who at least realizes that, like, oh no, Trump will kind of just like side with anybody who just fillets him willy-nilly. Like, he has no real scruples about that. Mark Robinson in a chat. Oh boy. All right, let's see what we got.
Making these posts, and I'll get to that in just a moment here, but first I want to walk people through just some of them. Take a look right here at this one. In one post, Robinson called himself a quote black Nazi, and when describing then President Barack Obama, writing quote, I take Hitler over any of the shit that's in Washington right now. It even goes beyond that. Another disturbing post, Robinson defended slavery, writing quote, slavery is not that bad, and I wish they would bring slavery back. I would certainly buy a few. All of these comments and many others.
Yeah, this is Comic Sans. That's what old ass forums look like.
Of a porn website called Nude Africa. And Jake, in addition to those posts, he also.
That's crazy, dude. New from me, Mark Robinson's email address was also registered on Ashley Madison, a website for married people seeking affairs. A advisor confirmed the email address belongs to him. Crazy. It's Jover. It's so Jover for him. Like, there are so many different points of confirmation that you can't really, like, you can't even deny it at this point. Let's go to political as one last story. Email address, advisor to Robinson, granted anonymity. Why did I say it like that? Granted anonymity to speak freely, confirmed to Politico that the email address in question belongs to Robinson. I mean, like, yo, if you are on this sinking ship and he's dragging you down now by not conceding the race. Discovery of Robinson's personal email address on Ashley Madison came as Republicans in North Carolina on Thursday cringed after CNN uncovered old posts purportedly made by Robinson in an online pornographic forum, and after his chances of winning the governor's race appear increasingly grim. He recorded an interview with CNN set to air Thursday evening, denying various allegations against him of other online activities, according to a person with knowledge of the situation. On Thursday, CNN reported that Robinson, whom former President Donald Trump endorsed, had once posted comments, blah, blah, blah. We've talked about this. We've listened to all this. At least one prominent elected Republican in North Carolina has already spoken out, with Representative Richard Hudson, chair of the National Republican Congressional Committee, telling reporters on Thursday that the allegations are very concerning. Oh, they're already turning on him. Like, they're already turning on him. He says they're not true. I think he needs to assure the people of the state with a little more detail that they aren't true. It's pretty definitive. It's pretty damning. In a statement, Stein's campaign says North Carolinians already know Mark Robinson is completely unfit to be governor. He remains focused on winning this campaign so that together we can build a safer, stronger North Carolina. Well-known firebrand. Had pressure Robinson to drop out or skip Trump's rallies in the state, despite a news report saying otherwise. Trump is scheduled to hold a rally Saturday in Wilmington, North Carolina. Robinson last appeared with Trump when he made his way to the stage during an August 21st rally in Asheboro, North Carolina, when Trump called up local sheriffs. Trump had not asked Robinson to come on stage. So Robinson seems committed to just act like hand-waving this away and acting like nothing happens, but like, dude, you can't. And especially if Trump disowns him and does not, like, if he shows up to that event and Trump doesn't have him come up on stage, doesn't mention him by name, which I don't think Trump will. Like, Trump cannot have any more fucking, like, Melania just the other day had a weird fucking, like, thing about her modeling career where, again, apropos of nothing, completely unforced error. I don't know if you saw this from Melania Trump, anybody out there? But she specifically made a video talking about the nude photos she had done that people knew about and didn't care about like 8 years ago. Like, nobody gave a fuck when that shit happened with Melania. Nobody cared. And yet, she still decided to make, like, maybe there's something worse coming out about that? Excuse me. Anyway. Rhyme Jack, I still think this will torpedo his career. I think this will. I honestly do. Hello, dog. All right, I've got to take Lady out. Like I said, I have so much to work on, so thank you all for joining. Let's see who we can raid. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that stuff. And check out the latest videos. Do we want to go to Nico Suris or KF Logan? Let's hear it in the chats. All right, I'm going to do Nico Suris. Did it just raid? Did it raid? Oh, okay, 74. Thank you very much, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and